Okay, how are you today? We are once again going to talk about some smart things you can do to work on your money, your marketing, and your goals too. Specifically, driving traffic to your landing pages, to your freebies, to your lead magnets. What are the best sources of traffic when you are looking to grow your visibility? This conversation today is actually inspired by the Launch with Leads 7-day challenge, which you can learn more about over at sissasense.com/LWL for Launch with Leads. But before we get there, talking about your traffic sources and your landing pages, let's start here. Hello, good morning to you. If you're catching me live, good evening, good afternoon. If you're catching me on the replay side, remember to drop into the comment box, hashtag replays rock. Wherever you are, I hope you are having a beautiful and blessed day. I think I said wherever you are. I meant to say wherever you are. I hope you guys are having a beautiful and blessed day. I am LaShonda Henry, aka Sister Sense, always here to share some smart things you can do to work on your money, your marketing, and your sales goals too. So if getting new customers, new subscribers, driving traffic to your landing pages and websites is something that you want to talk about today and you're excited about that, feel free to let me know. You can drop some comments in the comment box below. You can also share this out because that's what it's all about. Sharing is caring. So feel free to share this out right now and bring some of your business besties into our virtual building for this best traffic sources conversation. So, alrighty. This week, my power word has been progress, right? And making progress on some level by doing something every day in some way to work inside your business, right? So when I say that to you, one of the things that I talked about this week was documenting the process to work towards your progress, right? Really taking note of what it is that you're doing so you can identify what you need to do more of, what you need to do less of, and what you need to do differently, right? So in the spirit of documentation, what I wanted to do was jump on here and talk to you about what I'm doing to strategically grow and attract new subscribers and followers to my Launch with Leads challenge, right? Now, number one, the first thing that I'm going to say to you is, do you have a lead magnet? Do you have a freebie offer, a landing pages that you're sending people to? If you do, feel free to drop that into the comment box so I can see, okay? The one that I've been talking about and the one that we're focused on right now is the Launch with Leads free 7-day challenge over at sissasense.com/LWL. I'm super excited because I keep adding new good in there, new ebooks and worksheets and templates and tools. So if you haven't seen the resource page over at Launch with Leads, you definitely want to take a look at it because it has been updated as of yesterday, right? So one of the things that I talk about with clients, especially when you're looking at growing and driving more traffic to your pages, is where is your current traffic coming from, right? Just about every email marketing platform out there allows you to look at your reports. And I remember working with a client one day. Funny enough, I'm on here earlier than normal today because I have clarity calls today starting at 8 a.m. till about 6 p.m. So I've got a long day of clarity call sessions. And I wanted to definitely make sure I could jump on here and share some good with you guys before I do that. But on one of my clarity calls, I took a client into her email marketing platform. We were talking about her autoresponders, and I said, well, let's look at your reports. And I clicked the statistics button, and she was like, oh, what's this? I've never looked here before. And I'm like, good. Well, you need to start looking here. All right. So I use ConvertKit a lot. I'm transitioning a lot of my email marketing efforts from different platforms over to ConvertKit. And in doing so, there's a section for your landing forms where if you click on your landing forms, you can see all the forms you've created. And for each prospective form, you can click on it and look at the reports. This is ideal because here's one of the things that it tells me, right? One of the things that I can see in the landing forms statistics reports is where my traffic is coming from. It actually gives you the top 10 of where your traffic is coming from, right? That is an amazing feature because number one, it allows you to double, triple, 10x down on your best sources, right? So if you say, oh, okay, I'm getting a lot of traffic organically coming to my website, or I'm getting traffic from a particular email that I sent out, or I'm getting traffic from a particular social media platform, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, you can see that and do more of that, right? So that's one thing that you need to do. If you don't know, if you currently are promoting some offers and you don't know where your best traffic source is coming from, one of the best things to do is to look at your statistics, right? I'm not going to go into things like Google Analytics today because I'm specifically talking about your best traffic sources for freebie offers and lead magnets. So whatever email marketing platform you're using, going into that particular platform and checking your reports for your sign up pages, your landing forms is something that you should do. Okay. By the way, if you've been thinking about looking at ConvertKit, definitely feel free to go over to sistasense.com/ConvertKit so that you can get a 14-day free trial from your girl. And right now, inside of my mastermind, that's really what we're working on. And I've been sharing different really cool features and things that you can do inside of that platform. So if you're not in the mastermind, make sure you get in there now so you can grab those replays on ConvertKit, the trainings we did. Two so far, one on setting up lead magnets and landing pages, and another one on setting up autoresponders sequences on that platform. Okay. Good morning, my dear. Good morning. Good morning. So, best sources for your traffic. Number one, look at your email marketing platform, check your landing page form reports so you can see where your current traffic is coming from and do more of that. That's number one. Okay. Number two is to identify which social media platforms are working for you, working the best for you. So I actually have always talking to you guys about test your way to your best, right? So that's currently what I'm doing. Full disclosure, I'm testing my way to my best. So I have recently went into my Canva and I created a social media graphic for Instagram for my Launch with Leads challenge, right? So it's a little square graphic, 1080 by 1080. You know how they do on Instagram. So it's specifically for that platform, right? And then I said, you know what? I actually want to optimize this more. So I went back into Canva. I took that same graphic and resized it because you can resize, but here's the thing about resizing in Canva, that is a business feature. So upgrade, just do the little $12 and upgrade. So you can resize your graphics because you can't use the same. And sometimes clients will ask for a graphic and they're like, oh, I want to use it across my platforms. Every platform is different, right? So then I created a Facebook cover. So if you're on my facebook.com/Sistasense page, you'll see that I recently, long overdue, changed the cover so that it features the Launch with Leads challenge, right? I'm testing different graphics and different platforms to see which one works the best for me, right? So I can look at my stats and see where the most traffic and the most conversions are coming from, right? So that is the Facebook post. I did one in Canva. Then I resized it for, I did an Instagram post graphic first. Then I resized that in Canva. So I had a Facebook cover graphic, then number two. Then I went and resized that. So I had a Twitter cover graphic because Twitter covers and Facebook covers and YouTube covers, they're all different sizes, right? And thank God for Canva. I don't have to worry about which size is which. I could just simply resize it based on the specifications of saying, hey, make it a YouTube cover graphic or make it a Twitter graphic, and it will adjust the size. Now, is it going to adjust the graphic perfectly? No, I had to move a few things around, but I didn't have to start from scratch. So that was not too bad, right? Definitely a time saver to be able to resize your graphics. Anybody want that feature on Canva? Come on. Just pay the $12. I don't know if it's still $12, but pay the little something to upgrade to Canva Business, right? Who has Canva Business, by the way, just out of curiosity? And I get it. If you are a new entrepreneur and you're starting out and you just want to use the free version, that's totally fine. Just simply create a new graphic, and it's not going to take you a long time to start from scratch. But if you're in a position to just simply take advantage of upgrading and it's in your budget, do so. I'm not going to knock it because I know for me in the beginning, a lot of what I needed were those free resources because I was on a super, super tight budget. So I totally understand that, right? But that being said, once I had the Instagram graphic for the post, and I updated my Twitter and Facebook graphics. Now, these are things that I've done in the last week. I'm documenting the process towards progress, right? So hopefully this is encouragement for those of you who are looking to promote your offers so that you can say, oh, okay, maybe I need to go and update my cover graphic and show, my new promotions, highlight that in my cover. And then I went on to Twitter and did a post, right? So I did a post and said, hey, this is the Launch with Leads Challenge. And I put a graphic for that post. I used the same Instagram graphic. And you know what happened? Half of the post was cut off. I was like, oh my gosh, let me just leave it. And I was like, no, because if you can't see half of the image and it says like Leads Challenge, right? It doesn't say free Launch with Leads Challenge because it's not sized correctly, right? So I had to go back in Canva and make another graphic, not using the Instagram post, but resizing it for Twitter, right? And that's something that's worth noting because, again, not only are the cover graphics different, and the cover graphics are like the top graphic for your actual profile account. So the cover graphics are different for each social media platform. The post size is different as well. So the post size, that's square, that's great on Instagram and even on Facebook. It doesn't really work perfectly on a platform like Twitter because the post size is a little bit more horizontal and smaller. It's not as perfectly square as the ones on Instagram. So it was cutting off half of the content, and I was like, that serves no purpose. So I had to delete that and start again, right? The last thing that I did recently was I went onto my Pinterest account, pinterest.com, and I created a new Pinterest board and started putting in a lot of my freebies in that particular board, a lot of my resources and my LPP, low price point offers in that board. So that's one of the things that I'm working on this week, updating Pinterest as well, because then what I'm able to do is to sit back over the next few days and or weeks and test, tweak, add different add different descriptions and hashtags and test to see, which of these are the best platforms for me, right? And right now I'm looking at creating graphics and content on Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And of course, obviously across my live stream platforms as well, right? And so sometimes you guys will say, man, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to find the time to do this. This is a lot of stuff, right? Again, it's not something that I do all at once. I'm taking just, what time is it now? I got to go in a few minutes for my first live session. I'm taking a little bit of time. It's not like I took my whole day and did this, right? Took me maybe 30 minutes to go in, take the Instagram graphic, and then resize it for Facebook and make my Twitter cover graphics, right? I did that one day. Yesterday, another day. It took me, because I had a class that I was teaching at 8:30. It took me, again, about 30 minutes to make. I made 4 Pinterest graphics using some of my templates inside of Canva. I made 4 Pinterest graphics, posted those to pin, and then I was on to the next thing. So again, I don't do all of it in one day, number one. And number two, some of this is just little pockets of time. So 30 minutes here, okay, I'm done. 60 minutes here, okay, I'm done, right? It doesn't have to be long. It just needs to get done, right? Because what I want to be able to do is have these graphics be WBT. I call those work in background tasks, so that they're sitting there on these platforms. They're working for me. I can test and tweak them, and I can add more of them to see, again, when I look at my statistics, where are the best traffic sources coming from, right? So I want to make sure that I'm digging into the best platforms. At the end of the day, I'm sure that if you're a geeky girl or a guy like myself, you've done research and it's like, how do I drive traffic to my website, right? And it's like, okay, well, you're going to update this and you're going to blog more and you're going to use, social media. You're going to use Pinterest and Twitter and Instagram, and you're going to do video, and you're going to do email, and you got all these things. And you're like, okay, this list is so long, right? I know I need to do this, but give me something else, right? Sometimes we're looking for this magical thing. And the reality is the magical thing is doing the damn things on the list, right? You're confused not because you don't know what to do, but you won't do what you know you have to do to grow, right? So it's simply going back to the basics, going back to the essentials. You know, these platforms are popular. Are you creating the content and the graphics to post on these platforms? Are you testing to see which ones are working for you? And you're putting on that content consistently. Again, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's not like I do this every day, but there are days that I've taken out of my week to strategically 30 minutes or 60 minutes, create some graphics, post some content, and keep it moving. Okay. So that is my word for you today. It's all about progress this week, by the way. I'd be curious to know what your focus word has been thus far this week. Feel free to drop that into the comment box for me so I can see what you focus on this week. Now, again, I mentioned to you before, right now, I'm all about documenting your process towards progress. So for those of you who are in the circle, make sure that you're doing that. Make sure that you catch that web class that I did a few days ago if you missed it. Documenting your process is good because it's going to allow you to create new content of that documentation to share with your audience. But more importantly, it's going to allow you to be able to become more self-aware and see, again, the three: what you need to do more of, what you need to do less of, and what you need to do differently, right? And for me, the big one in this conversation, as far as doing differently, is to get out of whatever it is you feel like your routine is, to switch it up a little bit and maybe do some of those things that you're not doing as much of, right? Especially when it comes to utilizing simple marketing strategies that people talk about all the time, that you might not be taking advantage of. Now, side note, I will say this. Number one, if you haven't heard about my simple marketing plan, my 4-step simple marketing plan, make sure that you go over to sistasense.com/SMP so you can see it. For simple point plan, right, to marketing, right? That's number one. And of course, for those of you who are looking to work on your landing pages, your list building, and your lead magnet marketing efforts, make sure that you're in the Launch with Leads free challenge over at sistasense.com/LWL for Launch with Leads. So those are your resources and tips and solutions for today. Till tomorrow, take care. Mwah.